And at 89 degrees, Little Hilo, Hawaii is both the hottest and wettest spot in the nation. I guess that makes it the #1 destination for teenage boys. Eh, Victoria?
I guess so, Steve.
I just want to see my friend!
Wait a second, I know that guy.
You what? My dad died.
I don't know if I can make it.
Look at her, a slutty, wicked stepmother. You can practically see through that dress.
I don't think so.
To my son Ben, I leave my house, my business, and the remainder of the estate.
What?
You gotta be kidding me.
I need some air.
Was he even competent when he wrote this?
Your father was quite lucid.
I'm sorry, my suit was really itchy.
So I'm not mentioned in there at all?
It is just getting more and more intense.
You were the squeaky wheel, so you got all the oil.
Yes, the best way to get the soda out of the bottle is to shake it and shake it and shake it.
It's a classic obstacle to a pioneer. It's like Galileo or Che or Jesus.
Mr. Baker, have you been having difficulty distinguishing between real and unreal?
My whole life. Are you afraid right now?
I feel alone in the universe. Except for Steve.
I don't think the issues of his life are your problem.
See, nobody believes in friendship. People talk about it. That's the thing about friendship. It's a lot rarer than love because there's nothing in it for anybody. Every time I think you're crazy, along comes the justice system.
I think I see a great movie hiding in there. Granted, it's really, really hidden deep, but I think I see a germ of a really good film, or at least maybe the film Matthew Weiner initially intended. And the clue, I think, here is that great line by Owen Wilson towards the end of the trailer where he talks about how rare friendship is because unlike romance, there's nothing in it for either party except the friendship. And I think that's a great reflection. I think that's a great line. I really like it, and it really does make you think. And I think, in large part, it's true. My father got some really good advice from someone long in his past when he was young, and he was really concerned about, making human connections and having, friends and everything like that. And the person told him, in your life, you're lucky if you can count your really good friends on one hand. And that quote always stuck with me as well, because true friendship is very hard to come by. And it looks like Zach Galifianakis is certainly testing Owen Wilson's friendship here. And so this movie makes me think of that, and I think it would be really fascinating to explore. However, this movie is so bogged down, at least in the trailer, by cliches, I don't know if it'll ever get the chance to shine. And it might not actually shine as a film. Matthew Weiner might have lost his way. And I find this whole trailer very odd for two reasons. One, as many people are saying, it looks like Alan from The Hangover just got his own movie that was slightly more serious, even to the point where Owen Wilson seems to be playing the Bradley Cooper role. So that's a very odd choice. I mean, if Matthew Weiner wanted to write this character, I don't know why he would cast an actor who's already played him so successfully, although some could argue that. Some might feel that Zach Galifianakis as Alan overstayed his welcome, with 3 hangovers. Although I thought the second and third hangovers were pretty good. I think they made for better rentals than they did movie-going experiences. But anyway, and the other problem is, that I think that this film has a problem, is I don't understand that it comes from Matthew Weiner. I see nothing of Matthew Weiner in the trailer. Mad Men is arguably one of the greatest written shows of all time, and he came off of Sopranos. to create Mad Men, and Sopranos was considered one of the greatest written shows of all time. So how come that he would make a movie and that he wrote and directed, which seems like not a very well written movie? It just seems so bizarre to me. Maybe he has trouble with the short form format, only having about 2 hours to tell his story. Maybe Matthew Weiner is someone who needs the full season to really craft his tale. But I just don't see any of the profoundness, except for that one line from Owen Wilson about friendship that I'd like to see. And the trailer starts out very promising. It reminds me a lot of like a Cameron Crowe movie at the beginning with Owen Wilson and that weather cast and that dig at that anchor, that female anchor. That was very intriguing. But then, as I think a number of us feel, as soon as Zach Galifianakis showed up wearing the same character that he did for 3 movies in The Hangover so well, and as I said, to some degree overstayed his welcome there, you just kind of immediately dial out. I also liked Amy Poehler here, though. I thought she did a nice job. She was doing, I think, an excellent job of playing a character who seems unlikable, but you can understand where she's coming from. She gave that disappointed sister some, to some degree, a gold-digging sister, some humanity. I also like the line that, you were the one who with a squeaky wheel that you got all the grease. And that's a great piece of advice someone gave me. When I was in college, my college advisor, I was upset that I said, well, I really could have used this grant. Why did this person get it? And my advisor advised me that person had really said they really needed the money and really campaigned for it. And sometimes, and I had chosen not to do that, being like, oh, that's tacky. But then I didn't get the grant. And my advisor pointed out that sometimes the squeaky wheel does get the grease. So there, just right now, you don't have to see this movie. I've just given you 2 great life lessons. The squeaky wheel gets the grease, and true friends are hard to come by and are a rare and special thing. So how can I don't see any reason to believe that Matthew Weiner is going to expand beyond just those 2 bulletin points of this film. Not even the cinematography looks particularly interesting, which I think is a real strong point with Mad Men. It's beautiful to look at. It has great settings. It's very artistic at every level. And here, this looks a lot like your standard TV movie, or unfortunately, your underperforming Owen Wilson film. But what do you think? I got some requests to review this trailer. I'm curious to see if you're at all interested in this film. And do you have a hard time, like me, believing it came from Matthew Weiner, one of the greatest minds of television, so underwhelming on the silver screen? But we have to wait and see the film, and maybe he'll surprise us all. All right, thank you so much for tuning in, and you can check out some more episodes right now.